Dear Jouni Kivistö-Rahnasto, it is an absolute pleasure to welcome you to the International ORP Foundation Executive Interview Series 2025. The series highlights global leaders in occupational health and safety, and this year is particularly special as we celebrate our 25 years of the International ORP Foundation in Cartagena de Indias, Colombia. Jouni, we're so excited to have you with us today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you so much. So before we start, let me take a brief moment to introduce you to our audience. Jouni is a professor at Tampere University in the Center for Safety Management and Engineering. With expertise in risk management, safety engineering, and industrial safety, his work spans multiple industries, helping companies integrate safety into their design processes. Jouni, does everything sound correct?
Yeah, perhaps I would add that much that I'm currently running the Center for Safety Management and Engineering in Tampere University, and we are basically a research and development center, but we also offer master and doctoral degrees in risk and safety management and safety engineering.
Excellent, thank you for your remark. So before we dive in, let's give our audience a quick roadmap of what's ahead. So we will start by exploring risk management, then we will talk tech and see how artificial intelligence-driven tools and predictive analytics are reshaping industrial safety. Next, we will look ahead to the future of workplace safety, and finally, we will wrap up by discussing the role of collaboration. Jouni, are we ready to start?
Yeah, please. I'm eager.
Right. Jouni, your research and consulting work focus on risk management and safety engineering. You have worked extensively to improve safety strategies and anticipate new challenges. How can high-risk industries enhance their safety management systems to proactively address emerging risks?
Yeah, I would have 3 points. So that the first is that we have studies showing that that companies with safety management system tend to perform better than the ones who don't have safety management systems. So it's very strong foundations to start developing organizations. On the other hand, we must have some kind of articulated and documented framework to be able to develop it. If we don't have anything, we can't develop it. But once we have articulated it, we can start to develop it. So we need that articulated safety and health policy, the management practices, and the necessary people and the related responsibilities and all kinds of data management tools and safety and risk analysis methods, performance indicators, and continuous developing and improving activities and so on. So we need basically this systematic framework to develop it better. However, I think that we must keep in mind also that it's the safety and the success of our operations that matters. And this management system is just the framework to make it all happen. The second viewpoint is the importance of the system integrity. We say that chain is as strong as its weakest link. I think that many of us know this. And we have multiple different kinds of safeties and securities. For example, in major hazardous installations, such as chemical process plants and power plants and so on, we must take care occupational safety, but also environmental safety and the system reliability and maintenance and product safety and quality, cyber security and all kinds of crime prevention and so on. So we just can't manage a complex socio-technical system or organization by focusing on some isolated problems without knowing what is going around us. And therefore, I think that now and in future, we need even more that kind of multidisciplinary openness, and of course, good IT tools to adapt to our specific needs. And the third point, I am not so worried about the emerging risks per se, but the risks we actually already have today. And the reason is that the real black swans, as we call the total surprises with major consequences, they are actually extremely rare. And the emerging risks tend to somehow warm themselves before they start affecting us. So the emerging risks, they are important, but in a way, they are just a kind of addition to our current risk portfolio. And I believe that actually it's much more important that we knowingly build that kind of resilience and kind of anti-fragility so that we are ready when whatever kind of risks emerges.
For sure. Could not agree more. And what industries do you think are most in need of a stronger safety management system?
I think we have good examples in all branches of industries. Of course, they stress different parts of management systems. For example, in the area of healthcare, as an example, they are very concerned about the patient's safety. And of course, in the case of nuclear power, as an example, they are very much interested in nuclear safety and that kind of major accidents and prevention of that kind of things. And for example, in universities, as an example, when we consider the safety management, those kind of psychosocial and mental issues are extremely important. But basically, the processes are very similar in all cases. Policy, framework, resources, and continuous development.
Such an insightful perspective. Thank you so much. So, as we move on, let's zoom in on artificial intelligence and digital safety systems. Predictive analytics, automated hazard detection, and artificial intelligence-powered decision-making are changing the landscape of workplace safety. Jouni, are there any artificial intelligence-driven tools or predictive analytics approaches that you consider game changers in enhancing industrial safety?
I make this story long. Some 35 years ago, I totally underestimated the effects of internet and especially World Wide Web. And I hope I learned my lessons then and not make the same mistake again when it comes to artificial intelligence. So it's obvious that artificial intelligence will change the way we manage organizations and how we analyze information and how we make decisions and how the technical system are controlled and so on. And as we know, changes do happen faster and faster nowadays. But I can't name some specific silver bullet kind of tool that would change everything. But if I name one, it would be all tomorrow. That would name two general examples that I face quite often nowadays. And first one is the machine vision. And let's say more broadly, the multiple integrated sensor technologies. They make it possible to engineer more and more autonomous systems. And from risk management point of view, it offers many new possibilities to stay physically out of danger. And we can build new kinds of safety features that were previously impossible. But it also poses new needs for kind of more sophisticated risk analysis methods. And of course, we must take into account it in safety design approaches and processes. And we must take care of the ethical and legal considerations and so on. So that kind of pattern recognition technology, it basically it offers a better situation awareness, and it offers it both for the autonomous system, but also for human decision makers. And let's say that the second kind of mainstream is the generative artificial intelligence, and it's something that we speak about nowadays a lot. And I've seen many efforts to kind of fully automate risk analysis by using artificial intelligence. But now it seems that instead of fully automated analysis, perhaps we start to understanding its value as an assisting tool to help us making better risk analysis, to improve the completeness and quality of the analysis, not just wishing that it provides us a full ready analysis, but it helps us to work better. And of course, nowadays it's always a tempting idea to apply this generative AI to the different kinds of large text masses. It is created for that, and we have many examples in safety management and risk management. For example, accident investigation databases, safety observation databases, and in many cases, the legislation it's wide, it's a large topic, and IE can help us to manage it in a better way. Similarly, as an engineering as a background, the standards, we have so many standards, and we can use AI to quite rapidly find the essential parts from this wide variety of standards. So that kind of reflections.
Great. It's impressive to see how technologies are moving so fast. And is there any artificial intelligence-driven tool you find particularly interesting?
I think that these typical ChatGPT kind of tools, which are based on those large masses and probabilities, they are of course the basic tools today. But in the case of machine vision, there is different kinds of artificial tools, but they use different kinds of algorithms. But yeah, but yeah. If I think, yeah, please.
No, welcome.
Yeah, I was just wondering those different kind of practical innovation and strategies that may affect to the future. So it's easy to say that they are based on AI.
For sure. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective on this question. Now, let's switch gears and focus on how we can better protect every worker. Jouni, as workplaces evolve, new risks and challenges emerge. Looking ahead, what key innovations or strategies do you believe will define the future of risk management and occupational safety?
This is a hard question, and as much as I would like to bet some specific approach, just like my previous words, I don't do it. But I think that in general, the applications of the artificial intelligence would be kind of safe answer. It's so general that I can't go wrong. We can just look how much the internet has changed the way we are working nowadays. As a researcher, it's totally different words, and it's the same in industries. And for example, the search engines that we use in the internet, they has applied artificial intelligence for years now. So in a way, this is not totally new topic. So if we look back the internet, so we can say that AI will change the way we work and manage risks very much. But how? I think that it will be more like that kind of process where we little by little learn to apply and learn to use that assistant that they provide us. But in future, I think that it's also important to understand the context of safety management, not only the tools, but the context of safety management. I mean, the actual phenomenon where safety and health are somehow interconnected. For example, in Finland, the accident frequencies at work they're generally decreasing. But in the case of healthcare, the frequencies are actually increasing. And at the same time, we are under a major changes on the way the healthcare system, the whole healthcare system is organized. And Finland, we are also kind of an aging society. And therefore, we need more additional workforce, mainly by immigration, and especially in the fields of healthcare and elder care. So this is a very wicked problem. And surely the different AI-based solutions will be important tools when solving this problem. But I think that perhaps even more important, at least at that short term, is to work multidisciplinary, to in a way to deeply understand what is actually going on. And of course, AI will help to find out what is going on and what kind of help and solutions the different branches of knowledge and practices can offer us.
Such a powerful takeaway. As we continue, risks are emerging all the time.
Yeah.
Professor, if we were to name one workplace hazard that companies aren't paying enough attention to, what would it be?
At the moment, for example, in Finland, there is two types of problems that cause people, careers to end in work life. And one is musculoskeletal problems, and second is psychosocial and mental problems. And I would say that many companies are run and managed from let's say by technocrats and let's say engineers like me. And I think we have pretty good capabilities to deal with these musculoskeletal and that kind of problems and accidents and machine safety and that kind of things. But I think that in the case of these psychosocial problems, we engineers, we are not the best experts on that. And I think that is one topic that we must keep in mind in future and of course at the moment too.
Such a compelling point. Thank you so much. And building up on everything we have discussed so far, it's clear that collaboration is essential for progress in occupational safety. Global events like the International ORP Congress bring together experts, policymakers, and industry leaders. Professor, this year we are proud to celebrate 25 years of the International ORP Foundation in Cartagena de Indias, Colombia. How do you think gatherings like these contribute to advancing global occupational health and safety practices?
Again, short story long. I think that I attended first time to the Occupational Risk Prevention Conference more than 20 years ago. I can't remember the precise year, but perhaps it was in Paris. I'm not sure. And I have attended several times since that, and it has been a very great pleasure. And every time I have learned something new, and every time I have met new people from all over the world, and we are all sharing the same kind of enthusiasm to work for safer and healthier workplaces. And it's very inspiring, I think. And all in all, this is an important platform that bring people together. And I think that the foundation has done excellent job throughout the 25 years. So congratulations and thank you.
Thank you so much for your kind words. And how can we ensure the momentum from these events to continue afterward?
Yeah, I think that what is important is that we use those new ideas, and that we use that kind of rapid testing. We get new ideas, we try it rapidly small, and when we consider that this is something that really works, so we apply it in whole organization. And I think that the momentum and the key success factor is that kind of constant and rapid development and testing and then applying.
Brilliant.
And I would say that in many cases, for example, in universities, we perhaps think even too big. But in many cases, the everyday innovations, small things, they actually matters a lot.
For sure. Could not agree more. Thank you so much for such an incredibly insightful discussion. And before we close, do you have any final thoughts or words of advice to our audience?
Well, this is excellent conference. There are excellent discussions. There are excellent presentations. So I give a big thumb for this foundation and conference.
Such a beautiful advice. Professor, thank you again, and big thanks to our audience for joining us today. Last but not least, I would like to remind everyone that the 25th anniversary of the International ORP Foundation is just around the corner. Stay safe, stay engaged, and follow our official channels for more inspiring interviews like this. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.